couple months ago, I made a poll about what manga I should read and review on this channel next. And so Choujin X was a series on this poll. Choujin X was the least voted thing on this poll, but it was the thing I was most looking forward to reading. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm not going to read Kagurabachi, which was the most requested thing on that poll. Don't worry, guys, I will read Kagurabachi. But for now, this video is about Choujin X and how I think it is one of, if not the best new gen going on right now. So anyways, if you guys like this type of content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get into this without further ado. From a glance, Choujin X really seems like tokyoghoul. You know, they have these beings named Choujin inside this world, and it just makes the world supernatural where these beings are just roaming around. But unlike ghouls, these beings do not have to eat people, and unlike ghouls, these beings really are people. Choujin are basically people with powers. It's basically like MHA, where people have quirks. And people live in a world between these Choujin. It's not like ghouls, where some people don't even know if ghouls existed in the first chapter of tokyoghoul. I love the series' dark premise. If you guys like dark mangas like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Choujin X is right up your alley, bro. The artwork is stunning and really makes you feel the brutality of some of these kills. But honestly, bro, that's not even the best part. The reason I love Choujin X over a lot of these new gen manga is its plot. Although Choujin X might be a new gen, it is not like most new gen where it centers around fights. It's a lot more like Chainsaw Man, where it centers around its plot and its characters. But I'd say Choujin X has easily the best plot, characters, and world building in new gen that I've seen. All these characters receive depth. Every single character that you see come onto the screen will receive depth and or character development in the space of only 58 chapters, which is kind of insane if you think about it. A lot of these characters in all these new gen manga, sometimes they just end up being flat and don't do anything. But in Choujin X, most of these characters get care. Most of these characters are cool. The author really makes you care about these characters because of their writing. Like I was talking about, I think Ishida as an author has improved a lot on his world building, because I'd say world building was one of the smaller aspects of tokyoghoul. Ishida didn't really expand too much upon it. Like, he expanded a bit on it, but not that much. In Choujin X, he's making a literal history book on what's going on, what happened before, and literally the lore here is absolutely insane. On top of that, can we talk about the designs of some of these Choujins and some of these characters? Bro, some of these people look like literal Bloodborne and Elden Ring bosses. If these designs don't convince you to want to read Choujin X, I don't know what to tell you. Now, let me tell you guys what my experience with this manga really was. And it dates all the way back to the year of 2022, when I was basically finishing up high school. I'd finished up high school. tokyoghoul was still my favorite manga back then. And I was like, you know what? I need to check out Ishida's new work, because at the time, apparently the manga was in a great arc, and it just hit a big milestone, like a big peak in the story, where I was like, you know what, maybe it's time to catch up. I've seen a lot of people gassing about, well, you know what, it's time to read Choujin X. And honestly, I was very impressed with what I seen. The one thing that really threw me off, though, was the schedule of the manga. And a lot of you guys might also get thrown off by this, because the manga isn't a weekly manga, isn't a monthly manga, isn't a bi-weekly manga. The manga actually comes out whenever Ishida wants to drop a chapter. Now, I know that might sound a little crazy to anybody, but keep in mind, every month he decides to drop a chapter. It usually has more pages than the average chapters that these weekly mangas put, the average pages in that these weekly mangas put in their chapters. So let's say Ishida drops 2 chapters in 1 month. Those 2 chapters will have more pages combined than a weekly manga that drops 4 chapters in that month, if you know what I mean. The only problem with this is that once you catch up, you don't know how long you're going to be waiting. Ishida could quite literally go take a vacation for 4 months, come back, not that he's ever done that. He could come take a vacation for 4 months, come back, and then draw Choujin X again, drop another chapter. But what this does is I think it creates a rift in the story where a lot of people are going to get disconnected over a long period of time if they're waiting for the next chapter. So Ishida's schedule really does benefit him, though, because if you guys didn't know, by the end of tokyoghoul, Ishida really speaks about his problems, about being burnt out with the series, you know, just not being able to take his time. And so, honestly, I feel like if he really wants to, him taking his time is for the best. The manga medium knows that if Ishida takes his time on a story, he's going to make an absolute masterpiece like he did with tokyoghoul. He's going to make one of the best things that someone's ever seen in tokyoghoul. So I really think that with this new gen, Ishida has been taking his time, and I really think that there's no problems with this new gen in 58 chapters so far. But anyway, yeah, so I caught up to the time skip, and I literally thought it was great, but then I ended up dropping the series too because of the schedule. Now, the current arc we're in, if you guys want to catch up right now, the current arc that we are in is actually one of the best arcs that's about to go down in New Gen. I can feel it. I know when Ishida's about to cook. This arc has been built up for a very long time, and apparently we're only halfway done. So if you can catch up to Choujin X, catch up right now. The manga kind of gives itself this fun vibe of maybe not as serious as tokyoghoul, although still very serious. It still has a fun aspect to it. It doesn't feel as dark and bleak as tokyoghoul did, where it was like, oh wow, this is just a world bereft with barely any comedy. I mean, surprisingly, tokyoghoul was kind of funny sometimes. But I mean, this is a world filled with barely any comedy. But you know, Choujin X is a world where I feel like, other than tokyoghoul, two sides are always at odds with each other. Despite the plot saying otherwise to this statement, once you read the manga, I think that what I mean is it's not humans versus Choujins like it was humans versus ghouls. You know, Choujins are like a part of society. There are people who are accepted by society. So I feel like Choujin X and Choujins in general are a very different concept to ghouls, and ghouls always had to hide and, you know, immerse themselves into society. Otherwise, if they get caught, they will die. I feel like that brings a sudden uniqueness to the story, aside from other stories like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, where these devils and curses, they're sort of like unrealistic things, but Choujin are like a thing that's actually in society and people can accept. You know, Choujin are people that can help people. It's a lot more like MHA and they're heroes. Now, let's talk about the MC, Tokyo Kurohara. Now, Tokyo might get a lot of people mad when you first read the manga, and that's purely because of his nature. But after a certain reveal that happens about 20 chapters in, you guys might realize why Tokyo acts the way he does, and then he will go through significant development to show you that he can redeem himself. Because at first, I wasn't the biggest fan of Tokyo. Now he's my favorite character in the manga. So just wait, guys. Ishida will give him amazing development that will help his character and help you like him overall. However, the real spark lies in this series' secondary main character, aka Azuma Higashi. Bro, Azuma is quite literally not my favorite character in Choujin X, but also one of my favorite deuteragonists in New Gen, if not my favorite deuteragonist in New Gen. He quite literally does everything I need a deuteragonist to do. He's cool, well-written, has a cool writing. Bro, he's absolutely amazing. I love how uniquely Azuma is written. If you read the manga, you will know that Azuma is also going to be one of your favorite characters. I'm willing to bet that Azuma will be in everyone's top 3 favorite characters when the anime comes out. And I'm telling you right now, if this manga gets a good adaptation, it's not a good thing for every other new gen out there. But anyways, guys, that'll be the end of the video. I just want to let you guys know that I will be reviewing and reading this manga whenever a chapter drops. So I want to make this video beforehand to let you guys know. Don't worry, I will still be making Blue Lock videos as much as I can. And maybe any other series. I will still be reading Kagurabachi so that I can get caught up to that and start making videos on that too, if I like it. But anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 4,000 subscribers by the end of this year. We only have 100 more to go. Please, please, please hit that like and subscribe. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a great day. Goodbye.